Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome to English language learning class, where stories help you speak better English every day. Hi, and welcome to my channel, English language learning class. Today, I'm going to tell you a peaceful and personal story to help you improve your English through storytelling. The story is called Baking a Birthday Cake. As you listen, you'll hear beautiful vocabulary and emotional expressions that you can use in your own speaking. So take a deep breath, relax, and let the story take you somewhere warm and familiar. It was a quiet Saturday morning in early spring. The kind of morning when the light touches the curtains just right and the air smells like something new is about to begin. I stood in my kitchen, still wearing my pajamas, holding a cup of tea and watching the sun pour in through the window. Today was my best friend's birthday, and I didn't want to just send her a message or buy something online. I wanted to do something more thoughtful, something real. So I decided I would bake her a cake. Not a cake from a box, not something store-bought, but something completely homemade. The kind of cake that takes time, care, and maybe a little courage. I hadn't baked in a long time. Not since college, actually. But as soon as I made the decision, I felt a spark of excitement. I tied my hair up, rolled up the sleeves of my old sweater, and reached for the flour. I started gathering all the ingredients: butter, sugar, cocoa powder, vanilla essence. The kitchen began to feel alive again, as if it had been waiting for me to return to it. And then I opened the fridge and realized I didn't have any eggs. For a second, I felt completely defeated. But then I laughed. A quiet, amused laugh that only you give yourself when you know you're trying your best. So I grabbed my coat, walked out the door, and headed to the corner grocery store. The morning air was fresh and slightly cold. People passed me with coffee cups and shopping bags, and a few early cherry blossoms had already started to bloom along the sidewalk. Inside the shop, I took my time. I picked up a carton of eggs, then noticed a small basket of strawberries, bright, red, and perfect. On a nearby shelf, a tiny bottle of pink sugar sprinkles caught my eye. Something about those sprinkles made me feel like a child again, full of hope and softness. I added them to my basket, smiling to myself. Back in the kitchen, I began to prepare the batter. I cracked the eggs into the mixing bowl and added sugar, melted butter, and cocoa powder. As I stirred, the mixture turned thick and dark like velvet. The scent of chocolate slowly began to fill the room. It reminded me of birthdays from long ago, of simpler days and happier kitchens. I poured the batter into a round tin and placed it gently into the oven. Then I set the timer for 30 minutes and made another cup of tea. I sat down by the window and let myself breathe. Outside, the wind moved softly through the trees, and the world seemed to pause. I felt a deep, quiet sense of contentment. The kind that only comes when you're doing something for someone you love. When the timer rang, I rushed to the oven. The cake had risen perfectly. A little cracked on top, but still soft and full. I placed it on the counter to cool and began to prepare the decoration. I whipped fresh cream until it formed soft peaks, then sliced the strawberries one by one. I placed them gently on top of the cake in a circle, like petals on a flower. Then I added a handful of the pink sprinkles, letting them fall wherever they pleased. I didn't write anything on the cake. No happy birthday in icing. I just let it be simple and true. Sometimes, less says more. That afternoon, my friend came over. I didn't tell her what I'd done. I just brought the cake out with one candle in the center and watched her face. She gasped, then smiled, and for a long second, she didn't say anything. "You baked this?" she asked, softly. "Yes," I said. "Just for you." She hugged me, and for a moment, I felt like time had stopped. There was no noise, no world outside, just warmth and friendship and the quiet joy of giving. We sat together, eating slices of cake and sipping tea. The kitchen was full of laughter and crumbs and memories being made in real time. And I realized something. Sometimes, love doesn't come in the form of grand gestures or expensive gifts. Sometimes, love is a cake baked slowly on a quiet morning. A cake made with your own hands for someone who means something to you. That night, after she left, I stood in the quiet kitchen and looked at the few crumbs left on the plate. I felt proud. Not because the cake had been perfect, it hadn't been, but because I had tried. I had created something with care, and I had made someone feel loved. And maybe, in the end, that's the most beautiful kind of English to learn. The kind that speaks not only from your mouth, but from your heart. Thank you for listening to this story. I hope you not only enjoyed it, but that you felt something real in it. If you did, remember to practice retelling the story in your own words. That's how we grow day by day, word by word. I'll see you in the next story, right here on English Language Learning Class. Take care and keep learning.
And that's the end of my story. Thank you so much for watching and learning with me. I hope you enjoyed the story and picked up some useful English phrases along the way. Remember, small actions, like a smile, a kind word, or sharing a cupcake, can lead to real friendships. So don't be afraid to say hello to someone new. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, English and Everything. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and I'll see you in the next story. Bye for now.